Welcome to the Beauty and the Beard Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Woody.
I am Sarah.
And this is your prediction show for AEW Double or Nothing, which is coming up this Sunday on pay-per-view.
Yes.
And if you're listening to this after Friday, we're doing this earlier in the week, so we haven't seen the Friday episode of Dynamite because Dynamite's moved from Wednesday to Friday this week. So if something major happens there, we don't talk about it here. It's because we haven't seen it yet. My time machine is in the shop right now. Apparently there's something wrong with the flux capacitor. I'm not sure, but as soon as we get that figured out, then we'll be able to look into the future and properly predict these shows.
I think it's because we went back in time too much to look at the 2019, 2020 matches.
That's what we still haven't caught back up yet, right?
No.
I still have hair then. This is pretty cool.
My hair's a different color.
Yeah, it's not black anymore. It's black now. You are the darkness. Wednesday Addams over there, y'all. Wednesday Addams. Yeah. So, because Dynamite is going to be on Friday this week, our Dynamite review, which normally comes out on Friday, will be coming out on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we will have a Double or Nothing review show, which will be out on Tuesday. So look for those.
AEW have really confused us this week.
Yeah. All right. Jacking us up, man. Jacking us up. We're holding on. We're holding on. We're going to get there. We're going to get
We'll do it.
Going to get this done. Yes. So, are you ready to predict some matches?
I am ready to predict. Let's go.
First off, we have the recently announced buy-in match.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Riho challenging Serena Deeb for her NWA Women's title. This is going to be a rematch. You know, they faced in the Women's Eliminator Tournament, and that match was fire. It was really, really good. Really enjoyed that. So, what do you think about this one? Where do you think it's going?
It should be interesting seeing as how we saw Serena Deeb last week with the heel edge coming, and then obviously Rio's quite sweet and she's smaller than a lot of females on the roster anyway. So to see how those heel tendencies come out of Deeb when this match is on should make it really interesting. Actually, I just don't think she's dropping the belt.
You're going
personally. Deep. I'm going deep.
I agree. I think Serena Deeb retains. I think it's going to be a good match, just like the last one was. But you brought up a good point in that we saw a little bit of the heel come out of her, out of Deeb, in her last match. And this, in my opinion, would be the perfect time to fully pull that trigger on making her a heel.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, with Riho, it's such a sweet, complete baby face, just happy, just glowing, just that, and that's the perfect one to pull the trigger and let Deeb just become really brutal. Because if you want to get her over as a heel, have her beat the tar out of Riho.
Yeah. That's the heat you want for a heel.
Yes, that's the way to do it. So I agree. And I think you hit the nail on the head with that
thanks
Deeb heel move. Yep. So we both go Serena Deeb. So let me mark that down. We agree on that one.
There's going to be some that we're not going to agree on.
Probably so.
I don't know what I was going to be.
I got a pretty good idea.
I have a fairly good idea.
Yeah. Next match we're going to talk about, and these aren't in any particular order. We're not 100% sure how the card's going to be lined out. So, but next we're going to talk about the Casino Battle Royale, which will be for a world title shot in the future for the winner of this match. And so far, and if I miss one, let me know. So far, the people announced are Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Preston Vance, Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Nick Camarado, QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Penta, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Hardy, Matt Sydal, Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Jungle Boy, and whoever the Joker, the mystery opponent, is going to be. Is that correct? Did I miss anybody?
That's correct. Yeah, I've got a different list here, so I was trying to jump around in a different order. different order than what you said, so I'm not going trying to follow who you were saying. But yeah,
close enough.
Yeah. I think that's it.
All right. So we could disagree on this one because there's a lot of choices for who's going to win. But first off, I guess before we predict the winner, let's throw out our predictions for who the Joker is going to be, and then we can decide based on that who we think is going to win. Because the person to win could be the Joker, so we might as well go ahead and get that out there. So, who is your Joker?
See, this is the thing, right? There's people that I really want to be, but I don't know their status at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm nervous to even say names in case people are like, oh no, but then I'd be like, but I know, but.
And I think people get too. I just want to point this out. I think people get so built up on like it's going to be this major groundbreaking name, and nothing against the Casino Battle Royale. I love these, but if it's somebody major, they kind of got to win it, unless something drastic happens, which sets up a few that takes them out of it. But you would think they're going to have to win it, and if they're going to have to win it, that gives them a world title shot. And we kind of already think we know where this world title story is going to go. So, you can't just have CM Punk come in and win this Casino Battle Royale.
You've done that on purpose to me.
She did not want me to mention CM Punk's name.
I just hated it every other year. Where CM Punk's going to say, "Look, the guy is doing his own thing. Leave him be."
Sorry, I had to throw it in there. So, but my point is,
yes,
if Punk comes in as the Joker, he's going to have to win it, and if he wins it, that kind of throws a wrench in our plans for the world title picture because, So that's all I'm saying is, let's calm down the overhyping of who this could be, and not to say it can't be somebody big, but
no,
I
have seen a few names floating around the internet, and I know 3 that I'd love it to be, but I doubt it's happening.
Yeah, go ahead. You could say those 3 just that you'd want it to be. Not who you're going to predict.
No, but who I'd want it to be, one of these 3, because I can just imagine, like, there's a full crowd, and I can already hear the pop. I can already hear the, like, deafening wall of sound that comes through my TV speakers.
That's a good point, because it is a full crowd. If they have somebody big lined up, this would be the time to pull the trigger.
This would be the time to do it. And I know everybody's going to go, oh, but they weren't your choosing, all the other company guys. Yeah, but they're all the 3 best ones I can think of right now. Yeah. We got a Daniel Bryan, a Samoa Joe, and Andrade.
I like the way you said that. Say it one more time.
Andrade.
Oh, yeah. So much better than when I say it.
Andrade.
See, that's me. Say it like that. And I'm like,
I don't even know why I said it that way.
It was great.
I couldn't think. I was like right in my brain going, I have to remember how to actually say his name, and then I just remember hearing him say his name. I was like, yeah, that's it. Let's go with that.
I feel like it was Lion King, and when they said Mufasa, ooh, say it again.
Mufasa. So those 3 would be the big, oh my God moments. Especially, could you imagine if Samoa Joe turns up? Oh my God. Yeah,
that would be humongous. But yeah, you're right. You talked about status. He was released, right? So his 90-day, I'm sure, is still he's still in that 90-day lockdown period.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
can't
actually generally think of anybody else, though. I'm literally like, oh
yeah. But now the other 2 though would be free to sign, unless one of those 2 is already signed back with WWE and we just don't realize it.
Yeah, but we've got to remember as well that Andrade has already challenged Omega.
Yeah. Yep. And AAA. True.
In AAA. So
he wants that AAA Mega Championship.
So, could be trying to become a belt collector himself.
Yeah. Yep. Man, I would love Andrade to.
Andrade.
That's awesome. What did you say it again? Yeah, it would be. That'd be great if he was the guy.
Yeah.
I'd love that. So, and it could be somebody still within AEW also.
Yeah,
That's not.
it could be somebody related. It could be somebody off the indies that I don't even know, because I'll admit I don't follow the indies because it's really difficult over here anyway. It's not,
So,
I can't. I literally would love to spend watching wrestling my entire days, but I do
me
have
too.
generally other things to do. So
I know.
like, so if anybody has any other ideas of any, big names in indie wrestling that could be there, that's great. To be honest with you, it also could be somebody from Impact.
Could be. I didn't think about that. Okay. So
I mean, there is a certain person from Impact who had his title taken off him by a certain Omega. So
yes, and there's a certain person that looks like they're going to be challenging Omega possibly for the Impact title too. In Moose.
So look, I thought of more people. I didn't think I could do it.
Yep. The list is growing. So who do you think? Who do you think is going to be that person?
What, the actual Joker?
Yeah. Who's your official prediction for the Joker? You got to lock one of those in.
Do I have to?
You do.
The only reason I'm going to say that it's not someone from Impact that wants to actually get the title is because it will mess up our theory of the title. So I'm going to stick to Andrade.
Say it one more time.
Andrade.
Yes. Okay. So last time I'm going to ask you to say that.
Thanks.
Get it one more time. Yep.
Who's your pick?
Man, you've named a lot of.
I know. I have kind of overtook that bit.
Valid people. One that I would love to see come in, and it was our buddy from Twitter, Ben, that kind of got me on to watching this guy a little bit, and then I watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode about him.
Yeah,
that's Nick Gage.
Okay.
From the Indies, man.
Yeah,
that would be really cool, and it would be a good timing, I guess, with the Dark Side of the Ring episode coming out, because a lot of people, I wasn't as fully aware of him as I am now because of that. So I mean, a lot of people, there's a little bit of buzz there, so that would be good timing on that. Still not sure it would be the huge reaction that you would get with a live crowd with some of those other names. Another person that's a possibility would be Paul White.
Isn't he the commentator though?
He is a commentator. Now
he's the commentator for this.
Is he commentating?
He's a special commentator for this.
Oh, that might even play into it even more. I didn't realize that. If he's a special commentator for this, I'm pretty
sure that's what they said. That he's the special commentator.
What if that's the swerve? If he's the special commentator, and then all of a sudden he gets up from the desk and he's the Joker?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because they said on Dynamite last week, they made a big point about saying, the Battle Royal, he's been in a lot of them and that type of thing. So, and he's a special commentator for that reason. So they did lay into it a bit more. But
if they laid into it that heavy, then they might have done that to get people thinking that way. It's okay. So that's not my official pick, anyways.
We're really dancing around this subject.
We are. Oh man, I'd already kind of talked myself into Nick Gage for a while because of the Dark Side of the Ring episode, but I'm backing out now that you mentioned Impact.
I know.
And I'm gonna go Rich Swann, Impact. You kind of talked me into that one. I'm gonna go Rich Swann.
Good.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's gonna be he's my Joker. Yes, so I'm writing that down. Yeah, Rich Swann. Put a star beside that one. And who did you say?
Andrade.
Okay, I lied. Okay.
And you fell for it, man. What the hell?
Yeah, too easy. All right. So, all right, now let's get back to the match itself. Now we got
Okay.
the jokers thrown in, and you can include my joker with yours as far as who you're going to pick to win. If you decide, hey, you know what, I think Rich Swan's going to win this, you can do that
I
too.
already know who's doing it. I don't know who's
Okay.
doing it.
We may agree on this one then if you're that sure, because I'm pretty
I
sure
am.
too. So go ahead. Who is your choice to win this thing?
Christian Cage.
Yep, mine too.
It technically should be everybody's.
Yep, I already had him circled.
Yeah.
So we are in agreement that Christian Cage is going to win this thing.
Watch it now. It's Colt Cabana.
Yeah. Okay, hey, we'll do this. Yeah, you're right. Colt Cabana. Let's pick a dark horse, just to keep it fun. We're
What,
both.
a wild card?
That was too easy. Yeah, pick a dark horse, somebody in this that you think. Okay, let's say Christian Cage is not in it. Pretend like he's not there, and then who do you think of the people there now are gonna win this?
Okay, so
I've already picked mine now too.
We agree it's Christian Cage, but just in case.
Yes, this is
just in case we don't understand wrestling.
Just in case Cage gets attacked by Team Taz before the thing, he can't compete.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the feud storylines and everything that's going on. I'm trying to like make it make sense.
Yeah, and this one probably won't. And I'm picking this one just because I think it'd be fun. I'd like to.
Okay, who are you picking?
Jungle Boy.
That's what I was leaning to.
Really?
Yeah.
We're picking everything the same.
I was leaning to it because of he's already kind of like angled towards it before, hasn't he? So, all right, I'll pick somebody different then because we are literally picking the same people.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay.
Do you want me to do one that I think could have a chance or one that's completely random?
Do one that you think has a chance.
Okay. Powerhouse Hobbs.
All right. So that is your random pick.
Because I could just imagine just clearing them out.
Your dark horse. Yeah, it would make sense and it would be believable. For sure. Yeah. That would be a nice swerve. Have Christian with a chance to win it, and Powerhouse Hobbs is the one.
Like the last two in the ring.
Takes him out.
Yep, that literally may happen as well. So probably not that far off.
Yep. That was fun. All right. So we're just all over the place there with
that was a bit crazy.
With our different or Joker picks anyways, but we're pretty we're set in stone though as far as who we think is going to win this thing.
Yeah, it's just
no mystery
it makes
there.
sense, but hey, AEW have swerved us many times before, so I don't 100% trust them.
Nope. All right. Next we have Hangman Adam Page versus the Machine Brian Cage. What do you think about this one? Where are you leaning? Because there's a lot of story with this one too.
Yeah, that's
this obviously being the rematch from Cage beating Page on Dynamite and kind of stopping his fast track to the world title match, knocking him down in the rankings. So that's how we got here. So
this is one of them ones that I'm generally not sure about because either way that you do it, there's a storyline out of it. But is it better for Hangman to lose again and for him to really have to climb back up? Or do you just give him a win, but then there's not really any story?
It's good. Because if he is going to eventually face Omega at All Out, you still have 3 months to build that.
Yeah.
Approximately 3 months to build it. So, so you don't want to get there too fast.
No.
So him losing would make sense, and it would help. I don't think it would hurt Paige as much as some people would probably whine that it would. Like, you're killing Paige. Not really.
No.
But it would really help Brian Cage, though.
He's Hangman Page is too much like adored and like got everybody 100% behind him for like another loss to actually damage him. He's like the most babyface person that I think I've ever seen. With like the whole story arc that he's got going on, so many people can relate to it. I don't in real life, you wouldn't just expect someone who's been knocked down just to all of a sudden climb straight back up. They would have to have a challenge before them. So I don't know. You just don't want for this type of pay-per-view, you don't want all the obvious ones or all the, in quotes, good guys to get all the wins, because then it will just be boring as anything. So if you really want to, and I keep going back to this, but there's a full crowd. So if you want to get heat on Brian Cage, you want to pummel Hangman into the ground. If you want sympathy for Hangman, you pummel him into the ground.
And the way you could play this too going forward is that Brian Cage is that kind of like a boss battle midway through a good video game or something, where he just can't get past him. Like he faces him twice and he loses. The first time Team Taz is involved and all that kind of. So Page says, "Hey, do it without Team Taz." What if he does it without Team Taz? Then what? Now Page is like running to this wall that won't move. He can't get past, and that could be part of the first part of the story for the next 3 months. Is him eventually on one of these special Dynamites, these special events or whatever. He faces Brian Cage again and gets over that hump. Beats Brian Cage at that point. So that could be, and see, that's kind of how I envisioned the story going. I thought, because you had the Adam Page, I'm going back in time a little bit, but you had the Adam Page Dark Order kind of story thing where they were trying to recruit him and all that. I mean, Brody was still there, which makes me sad thinking about it now, because what I kind of thought was going to happen was you were going to get a Adam Page Brody Lee feud out of that, and Brody was going to be the one that pummeled, I guess you'd say, Adam Page and send him down on another spiral to where you got that he couldn't get past him. I wonder if that was a plan, and maybe Brian Cage is taking that spot now, of course, later in the game than we had anticipated because of the pandemic and everything. They might have held some things off a little longer, but it kind of, maybe this is going to fill that role of what story you would have told with Brody Lee. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, either way,
you kind of convinced me. I don't know.
I know, either way, it's kind of, it will be all right either way it goes. I just think if he loses, there's a better story. But then again, I don't book wrestling, so what do I know what they've got planned?
Just fantasy book wrestling.
Yeah.
Going into this, I had Adam Page already ready to call that, but you got me thinking now. So
I know I have that effect on people.
Yeah, it's a good point. All right. So
are you with me with Brian Cage, or are you going to stick to your man?
I'm going Brian Cage.
Okay.
On Brian Cage. That's who you're going with officially.
Yeah, you're abandoning your man though, so I'm just going to say.
I am. But I think I'm abandoning him for the sake of what I think would be a better story.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. I'm still with him. I think he's got some hurdles he has to jump before he gets to that.
He just needs more pain first.
Oh, he needs to drink a little more. Yep.
You've been hanging around with me for too long. Give him more pain.
More pain and
Make
liquor.
Him suffer.
Oh, the darkness. Okay. Say Andrade one more time. Yes. Okay. Next we have Sting and Darby Allin.
Oh my God.
Versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
No. Please, I'm genuinely scared for this match.
Yeah, because this is Sting's
live.
His first live match, correct?
Oh yes.
This is not cinematic. We can't really protect him like you would in a cinematic match. However, I do think Darby's going to spend a lot more time in the ring.
I think Darby Allin's going to nearly die. Yeah, but I just, seriously, I'm so genuinely worried about watching this match.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, one, Darby is going to go, he's not going to have any breaks. He's just going to go, which is terrifying in itself, because last time we saw Darby with these two, he ended up down a flight of stairs. So, you know. And secondly, don't break Sting. Just don't. I mean, thankfully, it's not Lance Archer. I mean, we dodged that bullet, we think. But, oh my God. Like, oh.
It's a tough one to call.
This is really tough because, again, the story either way is completely different.
Because, and you think Sky and Paige really need a win, right?
Yeah, you'd have thought. But then again, they have been winning a lot on Dark, haven't they? And stuff like that. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess to say that they need a high profile win, if that makes sense. Because they haven't had that.
Yeah.
Darby and Sting don't really need the high profile win.
No. And again, with a full crowd, if you want to get heel heat, beat the Icon. But my thing with this is Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page win. They just become more like, I wanted to use the word, then I'm trying to phrase it in my head better. More A-hattish. And that's the only word I could think of. A-hattish.
A-hattish.
A-hattish. And
write that word down, put it in the show. It's officially in the show dictionary. A-hattish. Is there an apostrophe in that?
No, it's just ish.
A-hattish. Okay. A-hattish.
I literally could have said so many words that are slang in English, but I don't know if we'd get flagged for it or not. So I just decided not to go there.
I probably wouldn't understand what you were saying.
No, you probably wouldn't.
I just laugh along with it. Yeah, whatever she said.
So that would be good for their characters going forward. If they're still going to be these absolute A-hattish people. Sting and Darby, if they win, there's not much else they can do. I don't think. I think this little thing is kind of trailing off a bit unless something happens. So if they lose, is this do we in the end get Sting versus Darby?
No, I don't want to see. I don't think this is. Honestly, I'm going opposite kind of. I don't think this is the end of the feud at this. I think it's kind of the beginning of a real kickoff between Darby and Ethan Page. Because I know there's a lot of history between them on the Indies.
I think
we're going to get a massive. Yes.
I don't think it's necessarily Sting and Darby against Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. I think it's setting up for Darby Allin versus Ethan Page. Big feud for a long time.
And that should be fun. From the stuff I've seen, I've had some clips 100%. Sent to me of some of their work before AEW, and I'm on board with that. And Darby could get injured in this thing.
Darby
by the
can
looks
get injured anytime he steps in the ring. He's
he could,
insane.
But man, but I think this feud with Ethan Page and Darby, if it does get greenlit and goes forward, I think this could seriously catapult Ethan Page. Could shine a much needed spotlight on him. That'll.
I think he's amazing as well. I really like. I really like what he does. Like, I watch his vlog and stuff, and it's absolutely hilarious. And he's genuinely, he plays his character so well, so well. It's ridiculous.
So on the other side, do we get Scorpio Sky and Sting at some point?
Oh God, no! Please.
Is that Sting's first singles match?
No. Please, just put him in bubble wrap and keep him safe. Just don't do anything stupid. So for this to work, if we're going with Darby Allin, Ethan Page feud, then Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page have to win, right?
I would think so.
Because then you'll have Sting calming a insane Darby down and inside and stuff in the background and all that type of stuff, and you know,
Yeah,
hoodlum stuff.
that seems like that's the direction you have to go with this one.
Do we agree on that?
Gosh, but I keep looking. I'm like, man, we got heel.
I know.
So we got
That's what I'm saying.
heel winning. We got a face winning the Battle Royale. So, yeah, I'm going Sky and Paige because I think it'll be okay.
Mark me down.
Gosh. Okay. All right. We got to separate at some point.
I think we will.
This could be it. This could be it right here. Who knows?
Go on.
We got Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo in the Battle of the United States of America.
I need to ask you on
a scale United Kingdom.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate me using that GIF?
Oh, yes, that's. Look, y'all, if you don't follow us on Twitter, it's like really every time. Yeah, you really should. It's every time, like I'd say anything remotely negative towards Sarah, which happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
But if I poke any kind of fun at all there, immediately I get a GIF of Anthony Ogogo laying the British flag on top of Cody in the middle of the ring,
putting Cody to sleep.
Yeah,
under his blanket.
So sick of seeing that. I'm tired of it.
See, on our Twitter, you get this banter that we have audio on Twitter. This is
it's the Twitter version of it. Yeah, so I'm ready for this to be over, just so I don't have to see that GIF anymore. Maybe I'll get a GIF of my own out of this.
I've used it so much; it's now saved in my GIF things that I use that often. So
frequently used.
It's there forever.
Yeah, I know, because I see it daily sometimes. Sometimes
it might,
sometimes on the hour.
It might overtake the Wednesday Addams GIF at this rate.
I know. Okay.
Oh dear.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Who you got winning this match that we hate the connotation around it?
Yeah, we're just for the record, neither one of us are fans of the battle of the countries. There, it's not. Yeah, it's not a fan of it. It is what it is. So can't do nothing about it. But gosh, I think Anthony Ogogo needs this.
Yes.
Unless, I mentioned there's two ways this could go.
Okay.
I mentioned that in one of our previous podcasts that I feel like this could have been done. It's kind of like the opposite of, like when, say in WWE or even in other companies, like when you feel like somebody's being forced down your throat as a face, baby face, this is your guy, root for this guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes the fans turn on that. They're like, look, okay, I get it. We're supposed to like this guy. I just don't like it. You're trying to make me like him. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I wonder, this almost felt like it's like a smarter way. It's like the opposite. Like the way it's done, it almost felt like he naturally became a babyface. Anthony Ogogo, I'm speaking of.
Yeah.
Because of how things went down, Cody's supposed to be the babyface in this. That's when you're looking at it from just how the story is being told. Anthony Ogogo's the heel. He keeps punching everybody. Whether he's involved in the match or not. That's the heelish tactic.
Yeah.
But when you look at the grand scope of things, the factory started because they felt like Cody was, being egotistical and everything's about him. And realistically, that's how the majority of fans see it. When you see people talk about it, they see Cody as the egotistical. He's got his own TV shows. They plane it up like he's the babyface. It's perceived that way on TV, like this is how the story's being told. But fans, for the most part, now I can't speak for everybody, it feels like they resent Cody in a way. Like, hey, and naturally, some people, view the factory, even though they're supposed to be heels. Well, they're the ones that have kind of been held down under Cody for a while. So they're kind of baby faces here. I know they're kind of using heelish tactics,
Yeah.
but we already don't like Cody, so we're cool with that.
Yeah.
Beat the crap out of Cody. So
Yeah.
it's almost the opposite, where it's not being forced down your throat that Anthony Ogogo should be a babyface. It's actually being told on screen like he should be a heel. But I wonder if things are done that way so that you naturally become a fan of Anthony Ogogo.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just this way my mind is just working it here. So this could go down. I said all this to get to this point. This could go down as at this match is Cody has a full heel turn in this match. To where he's kind of been playing a baby face, but we see the true side of Cody that QT's been talking about the whole time, where he goes full heel. Maybe somebody helps him. I'm not sure. But Cody could win this match in a heelish way, and the internet would melt down because here's Cody once again beating somebody that he should be putting over, as you would think. You would think Anthony Ogogo should go over in this. But if he wins this match in a heel way, it elevates Anthony Ogogo even more as a face naturally. But it officially makes it happen. And then Anthony could get his comeuppance at some point. He could get his revenge at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe next week on Dynamite or whatever. I'm not sure when that would happen. But of course, the other way is the obvious way. It's just flat out Anthony Ogogo winning this match.
In 5 seconds.
pummeling Cody as a brutal heel way is he's been booked, and putting Cody out so he can go have Brandy and baby time. So
yeah, see, like the thing is though, is like, so my thought is like, we say that the Factory are heels, but in the sense of the fact that they're really only after the Nightmare Family. As in, where you look at what the Inner Circle was like, they wanted to run AEW. Where you look what the Pinnacle's like, they want to run AEW. When you look at Team Taz, they sort of they feel hard done by AEW.
Yeah.
The Factory is like, no. We don't care about any of that. Cody Rhodes is the problem. So for them to be heels, yes, the tactics are, and yes, in the sense of that they are heels, but I also think, like what you said, it's more of kind of like on the other side, slightly a baby face kind of thing, like rising up against someone that you feels oppressed you, which is really gives them a lot of depth.
It does.
Now we know like Ogogo said, like, hates America and all this type of stuff. But I genuinely like, from like a UK's perspective, even if like I like we said, I hate the entire thing that this is about.
Yeah.
But from if we're gonna go with this, which they are,
you're embracing it. Yep.
Yeah, from that side of things, for like a UK person, for America to go, oh, we're this great country, and then we're like, well, actually, if you look at it, we've got free healthcare, we've got this, we've got that, and all this type of stuff. So from that side, I can see his point. Still don't like what it's about. I think Cody Rhodes should change his theme music back to what it originally was. That might help him, because it really does my head in. Everybody like to sing along, man. What are you doing?
Bring the original back.
Exactly. But I think if Cody wins, the crowd won't turn on him because the crowd is there for this. The internet might not be so kind, which I'm generally beginning to wonder if that's the case.
Yeah. I tell you, if they do it right, the crowd could turn on him, though.
Yeah, but it's that risk of it not happening.
Yeah, you'd have to do it just right.
We've seen where Cody's had some heel tendencies before when he had the TNT title, but he's never fully embraced it. Now, AEW have always been like to say, like, they don't really like using the heel face thing.
Heel face.
And we've seen it with quite a lot of them, that they're not all one or the other. But if Cody wins, then I think it doesn't look great for Ogogo, being as like his first pay-per-view. He's only really had a few matches. And if Ogogo wins, it makes him look like the threat that he should be.
True.
And
you want to keep him strong.
If you want him to have heel heat, there's your heel heat. Because especially if you do Cody Rhodes, in quotes, proper damage, we don't actually want him to be damaged, but you know what I mean, like that type of thing. Off on a stretcher, away for a bit for Brandy and the baby, come back and set up a full-blown factory or Ogogo and Cody feud. I can see them making Cody win for the America thing, which will make me slightly sick.
Look, I don't want that to be the reason if he wins. That's not the direction I want it to go.
But that's just my little sneaky suspicion after the whole speech.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of his tweets online where it's like, I am proud to be American, da 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 da, which is great. But I just feel like they could go that way, which I don't think would do them any favors. I just want Anthony Ogogo to win just to, good British boy doing good British stuff in America.
And I tell you, I want him to win too. I really want to see Ogogo go over here. I kind of talked myself into a way that Cody is going to win it, but I don't know.
For me, you cannot have what they've perceived him to be so far, Ogogo, where he hits someone in the stomach and they have internal bleeding. You cannot all of a sudden have him go up against Cody Rhodes, who is like a properly trained wrestler, like mat wrestling and everything, and have an Olympic boxer go and be pinned. It doesn't make any sense.
The only way it could happen is if it's a full heel turn and somebody helps Cody, where you keep Ogogo strong and you turn him at the same time, because now you're sympathetic towards Ogogo all of a sudden.
Yeah, but even that though,
but
you'd need
still,
a few people to overpower Ogogo. The fact that he basically put away Austin Gunn really quickly.
I got it. Tyson comes out. Tyson with Cody, right?
No. And Snoop Dogg can stay away as well. And so can Shaq.
I've mentioned CM Punk and Tyson both on this.
No, not listening.
Okay, officially, what are our picks for this?
Ogogo.
The Go-Go.
Ogogo's going to go over.
I'm going to Go-Go also.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I tried my best to talk myself into a way that Cody's going to win this, but I just would not feel right. Would not feel right seeing Cody.
If he'd have just kept that speech to what he said at the end, he'd be fine.
No, even with that though, even with this, you take the speech away from it, I'm still going to Go-Go in this match. It's still who I want to go over. I think especially if Cody's going to be off TV for a while, I feel like.
I know, but we've been saying
it's going to happen.
So
I know
it's stuff
it's
for
probably
both
not going to happen.
Cody and Moxley, and they're still
here. They just won't go away.
They just won't go have their babies.
Yep. So I know we do keep saying that, but this feels like it's definitely going to be it for sure, right?
We've said that
for
before.
Sure. Okay, so we're both going to Go-Go.
We are both going to Go-Go.
Yeah. I went into this thinking I'm going to talk myself into going Cody so we can be separate, but I can't make myself do it. Okay. All right. Next TNT title match. This is going to be cool.
This is going to be dirty.
Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk monster, will be challenging Miro for the TNT Championship.
Or Dante Martin. Depends who wins.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I didn't mean to sell Dante Martin short. Dante, yes, it could asterisk. Let me put an asterisk beside this. It could be Lance Archer versus Dante Martin. So I guess we should pick both ways, just in case. We'll pick.
I think we're pretty sure
be.
we know who's going to win. But,
okay, so we're just gonna, for the sake of argument, assume that Miro is gonna win that match. It's a pretty safe assumption.
Good luck, Dante.
We should actually just predict how long Dante's hospital stay is going to be.
Yeah.
After that. Okay. So, I'm just kidding. I'm pulling for you, dude. I'm pulling for you. But so, Lance Archer versus Miro. How do you see this one going?
This is really tough because we've just got Miro as what we've wanted Miro to be.
Mm-hmm.
He is like legit, looks like a killer. He does. His belt, he's got his shorts that have his belt thing on. You know, he's the part. So him losing the belt after only just getting it would not be pretty. But then again, Lance Archer losing another like match that's like meant to elevate him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not good.
Yeah. Neither man needs to lose.
Mm.
That's the problem with this one, and the fun in it too, because you feel like it could go either way because neither need to lose.
Yeah.
But I got a pretty good idea who's going to win it though.
Who?
It's got to be Miro.
It has to be. But then what the hell happens with Lance Archer again?
Look, here
he goes to Sting.
Yes, that's exactly what happens, and because let's look again. We're recording this before the Friday Dynamite, so something could happen there. But if it doesn't happen there, I think what is going to happen at the end of this match, I believe, is Miro injuring Jake Roberts, and that's going to get Miro monster heat. I think I hope they got this worked out safely, but I think Miro's going to put Roberts in the game over.
Okay.
And they're going to sell it like death. You know, they're going to sell it like, you know, he's just murdered Jake Roberts. You know, we're going to have a Dark Side of the Ring episode after this, based on the ending of this match. You know, I think that's the story that's going to be told. It's going to make Lance Archer look like a super baby face coming out of this too, because he's going to be holding, you know, Roberts at the end of it. And that's when I think Sting is going to kind of step into the picture as the mentor for Archer. Not immediately, maybe you may have Archer, you know, go down another path for a bit before Sting actually jumps in. But I think the whole Archer Sting thing hasn't been on accident. I think that's been happening for a reason. I think this is kind of the moment where that story
AEW doesn't really do anything by accident. Everything has a payoff. Sometimes, even years later, there's always a reason for. Look, case in point, look at the first Double or Nothing in 2019. The first 3 world champions were in that ring at the end.
You're right. Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, John Moxley.
They know what they're doing. So there is a reason for everything. Yeah, Miro has to win. I just think Miro wins, and then this kind of leads Archer somewhere down the line to go to Sting after what Sting said regarding, I agree, you should be main event, and then kind of like place the blame on Jake Roberts. Yeah.
And they could go the path of where the blame is placed on Roberts, and Roberts is not injured by Miro and all that. It could just that would be a safer route for sure. I just got thinking about the Roberts being taken out possibly after Miro made the comments that he made. That you know, if he gets near me, then I'm going to put him down. You know, basically.
I think they're either gonna do it like you said on the pay-per-view, but I think that's risky. Or they'll do it on the Friday Night Dynamite.
Friday.
but we won't see it happen. We'll just see Jake laid out somewhere.
Oh yeah, I got you.
With like Miro walking away, or like just somebody else finding like the crew or something finding him on the floor.
They got paramedics there, checking on him.
There's an ambulance and that type of stuff. I think that's the safest way to do it.
That would be safer. You're correct. Just have it happen, supposedly.
Just have it happen, but out of sight.
Keep Jake safe. I like your plan better.
Yeah.
So
because they've done that in the past with like Nick Jackson and all that type of stuff, where they found him under the big door and he was just there. But yeah, Miro wins and then Lance Archer wanders.
All right. So we're both in agreement on Miro. Miro's gonna win. Gosh. Okay. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that you and I will agree on this one as well. And it is Britt Baker challenging Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's title. Is there any way that either of us is not picking Britt Baker to win this?
No, because again, if Britt doesn't win, they will have they have a live crowd. It will not be pretty.
No, and that's it. And what's bad is it's she's the heel. Like the crowd should be pulling for Shida to win it, but everybody in that crowd, unless they're little kids that just they're just rooting for the baby face.
I think they've been holding
everybody wants
getting
Baker.
This title until there was crowds.
Yes, yeah. And I will be curious how the crowd reacts too, whether she legit gets booed or if they just go crazy cheering Baker winning this. Because I would probably be cheering. I mean, I'll be cheering here.
Yeah, I would as well. And I think also for the crowd, if they do cheer, it's not going to turn a babyface anyway. I wouldn't even.
No.
She's more than likely to do something straight after them cheering. For them to just all of a sudden go, oh. And just go back to like known as a heel. But I definitely think they've been holding off changing this title until there was crowds, like full crowds, because it's something that everybody has been asking for since she had this entire revamp of her character.
Man,
which was like back on the Jericho cruise, roughly.
Yeah, it was right around then. Yep. It's got to happen, and I hate it for Shida, because Shida is so good, and she, it's like Moxley was the AEW champion throughout the majority of the pandemic, right? And Shida's been that for the women's division, but she didn't have that built-in character that Moxley already had.
No, and also the women's division was like scattered as well.
It was, and she really hasn't had any big stories revolving around the title to really hone into her character the way I would have wanted her to. Mm-hmm. But that could be it's the fact that there weren't really any big time heel challengers either.
No,
because you gotta have that threat, and there really hasn't been a true threat until now. So she really hasn't had that. And I think what'll happen with Baker is her having the title will create some really good baby faces out of this, because any babyface challenger that comes into a feud with Baker, I think she'll elevate their character, because just the way she knows her character, I think she'll bring out the babyface and make the babyface look even better, if that makes any sense.
100%. Like, and also with Britt getting this title, and obviously minus Anna Jay, which I can't wait till she's back. But minus her at the moment, the women's division's full again. There's enough of them now to create actual storylines and threads and feuds for it actually now to be worthy of it actually doing that, with her as like the champion with the belt. There's so much more now that can actually feed through her for this to like start kicking off the division properly. I mean, it's gotten better so much since, you know, they've kind of brought in like Jade Cargill, it kind of kicked off with when Thunder Rosa came in,
Thunder
Red
Rosa,
Velvet, Serena Deep. It's all starting to bulk out now. Now we just need the storylines and
stories.
Yeah, to start like actually making it look. And also I think like if you look at like I know everybody says there's too many factions in AEW, like, but in the real world, you would have people that would support you in, you know, your goals and stuff like that. So the fact that Chris Statlander is with the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy, it makes sense because you've then got a whole storyline that you could bring all four of them into. It doesn't have to be one person. And I think whatever Jade decides to do, that's going to bring that into it as well. So yeah, so I see this time next year us going, wow, that women's division's properly, you know, upped its game a lot now. And with the extra hour coming, should be interesting going forward, I think.
It should. I think this is going to become the women's division is going to become a shining star for AEW.
Yeah.
With Baker as the champion, and it's not a slight on Shida at all.
No.
It's just Baker's character. I mean, she has
it's
that thing down pat.
It's also
It is,
circumstances.
Yes.
I mean, Moxley did what he could in like his reign during the pandemic era. You know, really well. Didn't have some great title defenses. Let's not forget.
No,
but did what was there. But he had mainly all the guys were there for that. The people that were challenging, they were all there. For Shida, a lot of the women were stuck or injured. Or in Japan. You know what I mean? All over the place. So it was a lot more difficult. And that isn't any fault of hers, isn't any fault of AEW. It's just one of them things that we now have to move on from and start building it up.
I'll be interested to see how they work her back into at some point. She'll have that moment. The big comeback moment with full crowds too, where she'll have a title reign with crowds, and it'll be fun too.
100%.
And by then we'll have some better stories to tell. So
yes,
looking forward to it. All right, so we are in agreement. It's a lock. Britt Baker's going to win this match.
100%.
Okay. All right, now we're moving on to the Stadium Stampede match between the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager versus MJF, Wardlow, FTR, and Shawn Spears. And if the Inner Circle loses, this is a big one. If the Inner Circle loses, they are the Inner Circle no more. They are no longer a group, no longer together. I guess they should just reform and call themselves something different after this, right? Could that work?
You literally could just imagine Jericho trying it as well.
All right, we're no longer the Inner Circle. We're
now the Circle Inner.
Outer Circle. The circle within the Inner Circle.
We're now the Inner Square.
So yeah, how do you who's going to win this? Where are you leaning?
See, look, I love the Inner Circle. I liked them when they were meant to be the bad guys. I didn't like them so much when they were like trying to damage Moxley to like, you know, make him blind. That wasn't great. But I still enjoyed them as the characters. I also strangely like the Pinnacle just because they are proper heel faction. Like you just instantly love to hate them. You just like when MJF speaks, you can just like see the poison like in his words. It's ridiculous. And especially that little vignette last week where Shawn Spears basically smashed a waiter's head in until he basically paid the waiter off. It was just like, Oh my goodness. Like, you can't even imagine how good he's going to be in like 5 years' time, let alone 10 years' time. But saying that, look, I don't want the Inner Circle to break up. I will be very, very sad. However, if we want like Sammy Guevara and Santana and Ortiz to start going after some gold, they need to go. I don't like saying it, but I can't see. Look, Pinnacle won the Blood and Guts match.
It did.
And we all know that.
Mm-hmm.
And this match, with its little stipulation, it could go either way. But I still think the Pinnacle should win. If you really want to have them have that really intense heel heat, that is just like unmatched by anybody else. They've got to do away with Chris Jericho.
They have to vanquish the good guys.
They do. And they've got to all kind of be broken and, you know, take it hard and all that type of stuff. But then when they all individually come back, they're going to climb. And Sammy Guevara, TNT champion, Santana Ortiz, tag champions, it's there and they need it for them to like progress. They can't always be stuck in this faction if they want to progress. So I'm going Pinnacle. And it hurts. It really hurts.
You know, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And it was important that the Pinnacle won the Blood and Guts match because I think 100%. that really, you know, because of the confines of that match, it was more of a fair fight. I mean, but it was they were all in the cage together, so it had to be the Pinnacle had to win that clean match. I mean, because it was, you know, say clean, it was bloody, but you know, it was a wrestling match in the normal aspect of a wrestling match. You know, you're all there. Now this is going to be everywhere. So there's so many variables that could come into play here, whether it's golf carts, horses, you know, the stuff we saw in the first one. I don't think it's going to be as funny as the first one. I think this
is going to be more serious.
But there's still those X factors that are out there, things that could happen that wouldn't happen in the normal confines of a wrestling match, things that could happen that could, where the Inner Circle could win it, and it wouldn't damage the Pinnacle necessarily because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, hey, 5-on-5 in a cage and we lost. It was 5-on-5, but look, dude, a lot of things could happen where it just was not fair, but there's so many elements that can come into play that can alter the match. So, and I think Sammy's words that he's used leading up to this, that as long as we're all in AEW, this will never be over. Like this will never stop. I think that indicates to me that there's going to be more Inner Circle versus Pinnacle stuff going forward. This is not going to be it. And with that, I'm picking the Inner Circle to win it and remain the Inner Circle. And we're going to get more stuff, and it may happen on one of the special Dynamites coming up, whether it's a full Inner Circle versus Pinnacle match, or we start seeing some of those singles feuds that we suspect would have sparked from this feud that haven't happened yet. We're going to start seeing some of those break off after this. And in those singles or tag team feuds, this is when you may see the Pinnacle go over more. We may get another MJF Jericho match. We may get Sammy Wardlow thing or a Sammy Spears thing, you know, where some things are settled that way. And you don't really hurt the Pinnacle by the Inner Circle winning this, but you can solidify them more in the feuds that spring from it. So, yeah, I'm going Inner Circle. I think they're going to stick around.
Okie dokie.
But I could see one of the people from the Inner Circle get quote unquote injured in this and disappear for a while. Jericho.
Yeah.
So, yep. That's where I'm going.
Okie doke.
So for once, I think that's the first one we've split on, right?
I think so.
I think so. Yep. I believe that's it. So that may decide the winner right there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. All right. Next, we have Pac versus Orange Cassidy versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Title. Triple threat match, which is sure to be a fun one. There's no doubt about it. You look at the three people in this. I'm so interested to see how Orange Cassidy is booked in this match. So,
100%.
Any thoughts on this one?
Kenny Omega wins.
Yep, good call. Good call.
Moving on.
Circle that one. Yep. And that's it. Next,
I don't think he wins all by himself though.
Yeah. I think you're. He doesn't need any help. I'll just throw that out there because he is Kenny Omega.
Sort of need
but
help
yeah,
recently.
I think you're right though. I think they'll probably.
He's
in all
got
seriousness,
to keep that.
There will
up.
be outside help.
Yeah, he's got to keep that up for the entire character.
Mm-hmm,
there's no way.
Yep. No. You are correct.
I mean, I'd love to see Orange Cassidy have the belt because that would be hilarious. Him literally just dragging it along the floor. But if we're going to be completely honest with ourselves, not going to happen. It'd be fun watching him try, but it's not going to happen.
I suspect this match is going to be set up in a way that there are as sure as we are that Omega is going to win this. With the three guys that are in this, Pac is amazing.
Oh, 100%.
He is absolutely, him and Omega are on that level. They are, we've seen matches with them in the past. They're great. They're great.
Yeah.
And Orange Cassidy does not get enough credit. He's looked at it as a comedy guy, but if you watch enough of his matches, you've seen him kicking the gear, and he gets going, and I think this one be designed to where even though we're really sure that Omega's going to win, there's going to be a couple times in this match where we're going to think, "Holy crap, they're really going to do this? They're really going to?" I think there are going to be some near falls or things that happen. They're going to be smart about it, where they're actually going to have this. They're going to have us convinced for just a minute that maybe they're going to swerve us. They're going a different direction with this. So, but I totally agree. I think Omega is going to walk away still the world champion.
And we also need to remember that we are recording this before Dynamite. That happens on Friday, and this comes out on Friday.
You're correct.
Cassidy might not be in it because he might have decided that he's not because he's hurt himself.
You're right. Right. He still has the contract there, the out clause he could exercise, but I don't think he's going to exercise that one because Orange Cassidy doesn't exercise, right?
No. He does vertical. He does horizontal running.
That's it. So this should be a really fun one though, and I mentioned I'm curious how they're going to book Orange Cassidy because
100%.
I assume there's going to be several moments where he just kind of rolls out of the ring and Pac and Omega do all the work and Orange Cassidy just watches, and then he just gets back in at the perfect moment.
Roll under the ring.
Just stay there for a while, and then you just see him just to reappear at a perfect moment where he gets the near fall. And it's something that normally a heel would do, and you would boo him for it, but Orange Cassidy does it. We all go crazy because it's just Orange Cassidy. Yes, this is so we are in agreement on that one. Omega goes over, keeps the world title, and then loses it to Paige at All Out. So, next we have, in our minds, we're still not 100% sure it's going to be the main event on the show, but in our minds and hearts, this is our main event.
This is what we've been looking forward to.
Yes.
Everything else on the card is really good and great, but this.
Oh yes.
This is this is going to determine so much.
It is. It is. What are we going to do after this?
I'm genuinely nervous.
Yeah.
About this match.
If this feud ends, then we'll just have to get along going forward.
We'll just have to be nice to each other.
It's a sick feeling. Okay.
Deep breaths. We can do it.
Yep. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. I didn't even say Jonathan and Edward. I did just now, but I'm not officially.
Yeah.
John Moxley, former world champion, and Eddie Kingston versus the Young Bucks for the tag team championships of the world. Yeah, so this is really a good versus evil matchup, if there ever was one. Because what we've seen from these two sides is that one will sneak attack, steal things from the other. I think Moxley and Eddie Kingston still have the Buck shoes. Is that correct? Or have they put them on eBay already?
I think they still have.
Look, so we've seen really who. I know, like, the world wants to, make Moxley and Kingston out to be the good guys in this. But if you just use your eyes, you watch what's happening on screen, you just watch what's happening, with an open mind, and just decide for yourself. Don't listen to what the world's saying. Just watch it. You can see the Young Bucks are the good guys in this whole story. The Young Bucks have done, they've done nothing wrong but defend their titles, try to help build others up. They take these young tag teams and give them the spotlight against such a great team, make everybody better around them. And all Moxley and Kingston want to do is just, run a truck into a trailer, attack somebody in the middle of the ring, choke them out, and steal their stuff, destroy a locker room and take the spotlight away from SCU. Do you remember that? Really, you think about it. Look at the chaos.
Like I said before, Moxley and Kingston didn't take the spotlight away. The camera crew did that. They cut to the back.
Quit making excuses for them. All they do is create chaos, and the Young Bucks, all they want to do is make people better. Okay, so now we've gotten to the situation. Yes, now I gotta stay in character. Now they've gotten to the situation to where the Bucks they're finally going to put these titles on the line against Moxley and Kingston. They don't deserve it, but they're getting this shot. No, seriously, this is gonna be a really good match.
It's gonna be so good.
It is.
I mean,
this is gonna be a great match.
Have you watched BT from this week?
I have not. Don't be mad at me.
Matt Jackson does an amazing promo at the end. I can't even begin to do it justice. So just go watch it. Yeah. So we know the whole story, and we know, mine and yours is feud about this completely. It's literally all over the place.
Yeah.
Look, you've got your list of what the matches are. I've got my list. Mine's on Wikipedia, and we know how true Wikipedia is. But on my little thing here, it says the Young Bucks with the Elite versus John Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
With the Elite, yes.
Which means it's the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
So, and obviously Brandon Cutler and So I'm generally.
What's your point?
I'm just genuinely curious as to see the fact that they're not going into this on their own, are they?
Why would they? I mean, they got to have somebody to protect their shoes.
Yeah, but if they were literally that confident that they could defend them, why do they need backup?
They don't need backup. They have friends, like we talked about. You have factions.
Yeah.
Your friends. Your
but
friends.
Every time
just because Moxley and Kingston don't have any friends, that's the problem.
Just because every time their friends get involved, someone gets blinded in the eye by a cool spray.
Can we prove that that's cool spray?
Well, it might be antifreeze. We don't know, but it's definitely something out of a can.
Those are wild accusations, ma'am.
Well, look, they spray it, mist comes out. Whatever you want to call it, they're spraying it in people's faces. And all of a sudden, then they win. So, if they come out on their own, I would have a lot more respect for them. But seeing as they're not, they're still, trash.
Yeah, if Moxley and Kingston came out with their own shoes, I'd have more respect for them.
They did. They just took others.
If they Yeah, it's called theft. But I'd have more respect for them if they came out and handed the Bucks their shoes back. That would be
Maybe they do.
nice. That would be an olive branch.
Maybe they do. Have you not seen the
Maybe.
tweet I put out today from
I did
Andy
see that.
Murray and Ben Roy Turner from What Culture?
I did see in that. No, that's not. You can go ahead and tell us what that said.
So I have some
I did
people on
see it.
notifications for my Twitter, and I logged on this morning to find that Andy Murray from What Culture had said that Ben Roy from What Culture had said the best way for this to work would be for Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston to go trade the Bucks their shoes back for the tag titles. And it's pure genius, and now I want it to happen. Because it's brilliant.
That is not how you handle things in a wrestling match. That is not how you, this isn't Wild Kingdom in action. This is sanctioned professional wrestling. We handle things like gentlemen. You don't ransom things for other things. That's not how it works. No.
Still be hilarious.
Terrible idea. Terrible idea. It would be kind of funny though, but
it would.
Back in character, that's a terrible idea. Yeah, that is pretty funny though. If that happened, that would get a chuckle out of me. I wouldn't be happy
100%.
about it, but that would get a chuckle. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
So are we officially going to make our pick? Hey, I'll tell you what though. Before we make our picks, we need to wager something. We need to have something here, right?
You're not having a Mox figure.
I'm not going to go Moxley figure. You see, automatically, you thought that's where I was going, right? You thought that was it. No, do something like, I don't know, change your profile picture to the Bucks.
What do you mean, get rid of my pretty face?
Yeah. For, I don't know, we got to decide. It could be like you got to do the profile picture, your background, like the banner at the top, and change your bio. Change your pin quote, your pin tweet, and it has to say, "I get to pick."
No, I'm not getting rid of that pin tweet. That pin.
Well,
tweet
save
is
it. You can, you can put it back.
But then I have to.
You can put it back up.
Through. No.
I know.
I'm getting rid of the pin tweet. I'm not getting rid of that pin tweet.
All right. Well, we'll change the bio then. Can we do that?
No.
Yeah. We'll change.
You're really making my OCD go weird now. No, you can't change my bio.
Yeah. So I get to change your bio. I'll be nice about it if I have to. I'm not going to go crazy. Okay. Just trust me. I'm not going to go bad. And I get to pick your banner at the top of your profile and your profile picture. And if you win this, we're just assuming that we're going to pick differently in this match. And I think that's a safe assumption.
I think that's a given.
Yes, we haven't actually gotten to our official predictions, but
I think if we then decided that we were going to go the same, people would generally just not listen to us anymore.
You go, what?
Gimmicks are dead.
Done. So if you win, you get to do the same. Free reign over which I have the Young Bucks at the top of my page right now. You get to take my beautiful face down. People will riot, I'm sure. And you get to rewrite my bio. We gotta have a time period though. I don't know, it's for a month.
No, not a month. Jeez.
Are you scared? I mean, I don't understand.
I literally.
You seem really confident. And then all of a sudden the stakes get higher, and you're like,
do you know how long?
A month?
Do you know how long it's took me to get my entire thing sorted how I want it?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Anxiety.
Okay. Should we say a week? You okay with a week?
A week's fine.
A week. Okay.
It's taking me so long to get it absolutely how I want it. Like
excuses. I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, then we can just then we can just go to the Moxley figure. I mean, that'll be fine.
No way are you getting your hands on that.
So it's either the bio change and the your Twitter profile being altered by the other, or I get the Moxley figure. I don't know what you would get. I'll send you my signed copy of the Young Buck.
No thanks. I'd rather not. Hope that got lost in the mail. Fine. Twitter profiles.
For a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we have that sorted out, shall we pick the winners of this match, man?
Well, I think we're obviously going to go with who we're going to go with.
Yes, I would. I'm taking the Young Bucks. I think.
Shocker!
I think the Young Bucks will retain, and I will be having some fun with your profile.
That just sounds really weird.
It does. It does, but I literally meant fun with your profile, like Twitter profile.
I can't wait to tell my husband, guess what? Woody's having fun with my profile.
Oh, don't say it like that.
What are you doing on them podcasts?
And what's a profile?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
That doesn't mean anything bad in British, does it?
No. But literally, the thing is,
before you say that,
the thing is though, like in like the UK, you can literally make anything sound really bad if you just put the right affliction on it. Like I sent you that video about the getting drunk, like slang phrases.
Or there's like 20.
Yeah. Anything can mean drunk if you put the right affliction on it in the UK.
That was hilarious, by the way.
So
okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Language barrier.
Yeah.
Any UK fans would be laughing their head off at this right now. But yeah. So obviously I'm sticking with me boys, Moxley and Kingston.
Moxley and Kingston. And that's how you lose. All right. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to start working on this profile, this bio right now, as soon as we're done with this podcast. Okay. This is going to be great. How many characters do I have to work with?
I have no idea, but the things I do.
I'm gonna find out. Okay. This should be good. All right, so officially if
I lose followers when you do this profile, I'm gonna be so mad.
You're gonna gain some. Yeah, I promise.
I can't believe you're gonna take my beautiful Envisions boys off my banner.
Yeah, you just make sure you got that saved so you can put it back up there in a month. A week. Sorry, a week. Yes, so that's awesome. We got some. So officially, for the record, I'm picking the Young Bucks. You're picking Moxley and Kingston, and the winner changes the profile. So, all right, that's on record. So you can't go back. It's out there. It's going to be out there. Everybody, back me up. When she loses, don't you let her. Don't you let her go back and say no. I'll be in control of that profile. So, so those are our official picks.
Doing a podcast will be fun, he said.
You'll enjoy it, I said.
It'd be fine. Honestly, we'll have a great time, he said.
And that's true. I'm having a blast. Oh, you know you are too. Don't lie.
I know.
But seriously, though.
Just looking at my pretty profile, like how beautiful it is and how perfect I've got it.
Okay. That's all right. It'll be okay. It'll be back to normal in a month.
Week.
Week. Yes, week. Sorry. Okay, cool. So we got those predictions down. Gosh. And we only picked against each other twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not too surprising though, because interesting to see how these play out and to see who picks them correctly. There's only two that can separate us.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for listening to this. Appreciate it. This should be a fun pay-per-view. So 100%. Many things I think are going to spin off of this thing. It's really going to kick some new stories into gear going forward for AEW. Don't forget to keep an eye out for an ear out for our AEW Dynamite review, which should be dropping on Saturday after Dynamite airs on Friday. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'm mentioning it again, so I'll remind you. And our Double or Nothing review, which will be dropping on Tuesday next week. So look out for those things as they come out. Thank you again for listening to us. We had a blast. Hope you had fun listening to us. Have fun watching the pay-per-view if you're getting to watch it. If not, keeping it with it on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to follow the channel on Twitter at BeautyXTheBeard. And follow me if you want to on Twitter, if you're not following me already, at Let the Beard Play. And you can follow Sarah at Strange_Pixie and be on the lookout for her new profile soon after the pay-per-view. So excited. All right. I appreciate y'all listening, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.